Hello gentlepeople, Jeff here. Welcome back to the carving station. We're back inside for this week's video. We're doing something, well, different while being the same, I guess. You know, I still reuse the same pattern over and over and do some variant with it. And this time I've carved these little Saxon monk, basically, as you can see here. One with a hammer, painted, and then the last one that I've done yesterday, which is the one we will do today, is one with a club with a little cross and, you know, little fingers, cool little things. So yeah, that's what we'll do today. You know, I needed to find a counterpart for the Vikings, so I was like, yeah, let's do some Saxon priests, I guess. I have also made a little Saxon warrior, which is, well, pretty much the same. It's the same thing as my usual little Viking guy, but just he doesn't have a beard and he has his eye closed, but yeah, shield and sword. So yeah, I was like, well, we need a counterpart for the Vikings. I've done the knights, but let's do some priests. So yeah, no more talk. Let's get cracking straight away. Alright, so as usual, we will start with the lines, and as I do every single time in all of my videos now, I put my finger against a piece of wood and I place my pencil where I want it to be, and I do a motion with my arm. So like so, we will do the middle lines on all the sides. And I should say the pieces is 8 centimeter by 3.5 by 3.5, or 3 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. So we got our center line here. This is the texture bends ugliness, so that will be in the back as usual. Let's put it like so. I will join the two lines at the top, like so. Then I'm just putting a little arrow, just remember that this is the front. So at around 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter, I will do the same technique and go around the face. So this is the front, so at around 1 centimeter below it here, I would make a little pencil line, like this. And then I will join the corner to the little pencil line. And same thing on the other side. Okay, since we're making a hoodie at maybe 3/4 centimeter or something like this, we'll do a little chip and then we'll make another line, like so, parallel to the other one. Okay, on both sides, like this. And then from here, we're not making a sword with this guy, we're having a little club instead. So for that, joining, I think at probably maybe 1.5 centimeter, yeah, 1.5 centimeter, I'll make a diagonal joining this here. I think I'm out of focus, there we go. And then to go all the way to this end, I don't have a lot of measurement for that, but it's probably 1 centimeter here, yep, and this is 2.5 centimeter there. It's parallel with this line, as you see, so that will be the club. And then if I put the line for the arm and then the hand, something like that. We'll change the cut as we go, but that gives a little head for the club. And then on this side, at the same height as this end here in this corner, I'm pushing my finger. Don't have to do a line really, but just mark this little line here. Just because we want to have the hand parallel. So if I do that here, here, alright, good, and then that one here, go along, little mark, so then I can join my lines together, and I will have some sort of a symmetrical hands on both sides. And then in the back, same thing, do a little line close to the line in the middle. It's not really important that they are super accurate right now because we will mostly modify them, but it gives you a good guidance line for later. I just look if they're almost at the same height. Most likely. This one is higher than this one, we can see. So we'll have to probably modify that a little bit. Yeah, this needed to be a bit higher here. We'll modify it. Alright, it was 2.5, I went a bit too low. There we go, now they are the same height. So that's it for the line. We'll do in the back. We're not going to that low compared to the front, so at 1 centimeter around. We'll make one little chip marks and we will join the two things together. Like so. Alright, so we have the front, we have the club, we have the free hand, and the back will be kind of straight with the hood. And we'll add the line probably after a couple of cuts to do the hoodie. Alright, get your knife and we are good to go. I start on the sides as usual. We'll do a swipe swoop cut almost all the way to the line here. So the second line, the lower one, that's where we start from, and we remove wood. Good. The first side is pretty much dictating the second one, because we want to be symmetrical. Little chit bits at a time. And you compare. It looks okay, good. Don't really care about the line, but looks pretty symmetrical like this. Then we'll remove the back. So you can start wherever you want. You want to have this flat, as in my other videos. You want to have a flat, really angular square shape. Like so. Looks okay, good. Then we'll pop that thing. And from here we will flatten the back. Okay, looks pretty flat. Good. From here we'll do a V cut and on the lower line. like so. Okay. Good. Like that. Then we'll do a V-cut on the side here. Alright, and then a V-cut on the other side. Shoulders. So you will have this funky shape. Then we'll connect those together. I just put my knife in an angle and I wiggle a little bit. And I come from the other side and I push with my thumb. And that makes the V-cut. Same thing on the other side. Like so. Alright. Then the back, I will re-add a line here, just to give it a little guidance. I usually don't do it, but you should. I will do more V-cuts. Alright. Okay, and then we'll link those together. Again here. Alright, okay. So we got the V-cuts all around the face, and then the front too. From here, I will do the classic one swipe cut from pretty much the lower part all the way to the top. Or two if I want to make it flat, like this. So you should have this sort of shape at the top, with the flat back, the two angles, the two side, and then the front of the face in this little flat piece here. Good. Let's get on the club and the hand and everything, chest and all. So I put my carving on the table, then I do a step cut following the arm line, and then another one all the way following that line. Okay. And from here I will follow this line from the tip, but then I don't want to have it like straight, so I will do a step cut, maybe more a little bit of a square shape like that. I prefer it that way. So we have a little spot for maybe some fingers. Okay. So that's where we are. So from here we'll cut toward ourselves, if you're right-handed. And I will just bring it in. Once again, make sure the tip of your knife doesn't go in the arm. It's better to be outside and then readjust. That will make it better inside in the arm. A bit deeper would be better. See here, it's not really beautiful, but I prefer to do that and then just clean it. As I cut, I rotate my arm, my wrist, so it ends up at the same parallel to the line here. Just a little tip. I don't go down straight, I go in an angle. Good. And then I will just remove a little bit more. Okay, like so. Good. And then from here I rotate around because I find it a bit easier. And I just remove a little bit from under the arm. Okay. And I rotate it again. And then that's the tricky part because it's a bit harder to hold. But I just cut under the club. The tricky part with the club is to make it somewhat round. because that's a club. It's not a sword that we're making. And for that we need, well, we need space. So we will start removing wood here in the front of the chest. Basically go deeper in here so we have a better shape. The one I've done here is a bit small, as you can see. We'll make it a bit bigger on this one. Yeah, I think that's a good size here. Flip it around. Just adjusting the chest here. Kind of like this one that I've done here. With it kind of has a big belly, so I think I'll stay like this for this one. All right, let's attack the other arm. So same thing. We'll do stop cut following the arm, and then another one in diagonal following the hand. Then trying to imitate this side, we'll do a straight one, like so. Okay, so from here, same thing. I'll just chip away under the hand. Okay. And then we'll do one cut. That will probably split the wood here, but that is fine because we'll remove that. So I dip my knife in and I push all the way. And you see that splits. This part is ugly. That is okay. That's going away anyway. Okay, so it looks like it's the same depth. And then from here we can chip and then remove that wood. Like so. Lots of angle here. Bit annoying to remove. And we'll cut towards ourselves. Okay. So we have an ugly cut here, but this is fine. We're going to clean that after. So the club will be pretty much that size, so we can make a stop cut here. So all that wood, then we can remove it. Like here. Okay. So we basically want to flatten that part. And then you might need a couple of back and forth cuts like this, following the angle. Then you go on the other side and you cut towards yourself again. Then you clean up. Okay. Okay, coming back up here, just little by little. Okay, that'll do for now. Good. So we have the general shape of the club here. What I will do now is remove more wood under the club. Create some depth. Chip that away. Good. Right. Good, so let's work on the club. You see we're kind of cheating here, right? Because the club is sort of like inside the body, but that's how we roll around here. So for the club, I'll make one little cut here for the hand, and then a little cut inside. Okay. Then we want to round the whole thing, so we'll chip the corners like so. Chip the corners here. Chip the other corner. Cut that up. Remove that one here. Okay. Then round that up too. And so on and so forth. Okay. So it's rounder now, but it's really not as round as we want it to be. Just create more space under it. That's a big club. Okay. So then you go at it again. Round it more by chipping little pieces by little pieces. All the way around. Then I could remove here. That's a big chunk. That is okay. Watch out to not do like I've just done. Be aware of the grain, because you could completely pop the end off, and that's not really good. So to have a little inward shape like this guy, we will basically remove the inside, if you can see, like so. So it's kind of going inside the hand. Okay. We'll do that on the other side too. Slowly. No rush or anything. Good. Okay. It kind of goes inside. Then you can tweak the little thing. Be sure to not go against the grain. Alright, looks a bit more like a club right now. Still a bit of corners to adjust. Carving round shape is not the easiest thing to do. It's all in the detail. We're getting there. I think that will do for now. Just remove the little bits of the texture here. And then fix that a bit. Okay, we got a club. Now we'll remove more wood again, because with all the cuts we've done, it's kind of merged with the legs again. Don't remove too much though, because you will have to restart the whole process of rounding the thing. But that's fine here. Great. Like I said, I kind of like the big belly of the other one, so here I'm just making a flat spot in the middle. And why flat? It's because we will carve the cross out of that flat space. And then, as you see with this guy, we'll give him a belt, but super low, because you see that the belly is sort of like thick and goes with the belt. So take your little pencil. We make it simple. We will make a little line, and obviously we're wise about it. The club will, well, hide half of it. So from here we do V-cuts on the line. My blade cannot reach there, so I rotate. another one. Okay. I'll do the same thing under. All right. And then that little part in the middle for me, it's kind of hard to reach, so I will put my knife on an angle here instead and go from the other side here. And that makes another V-cut. So we got the little belt, and then we can see the belly like really leaning onto the belt like the other guy. I will flatten this a little bit more, not too much, because we still want to keep the wood for the crust to be removed and still have a chest after. We're getting there. Just cleaning that up a little bit. Okay, flipping around. Just see a couple of cuts that I want to clean. You know, jumping around is what we do while we carve. Alright, okay. So let's continue under the arm. Just popping that wood, removing the wood under the arm. Good. Okay, so we will continue the line by putting our knife on that piece here. And I'm just going to rotate like so, all the way to this line here. Alright, like so. And same thing on the other side. I'll just rotate. They should be kinda the same height. We can always adjust that after, especially the hand that is not holding the club. And we do a big step cut and another big step cut. Good. From here we'll remove the wood all the way under the hand. One little chip bits at a time. Alright, like so. Then when you reach, you flip around, remove all that junk that we don't need. And then from here we'll do one cut like we've done on this side. Put your knife in and press forward. Wood will probably split. That is okay, because we will remove all of that. Like so. It's okay if it looks bad right now. We will clean it after. Okay. So then we do the same thing on the other side. Remove the wood all the way to the hand. Like so. Then we pop the junk. Then we flip, because we have to cut the words ourselves if you're right and dead again. And then you put your knife in and then you remove the chunk of wood. And another one will be good. Alright, and then I didn't went deep, so I'll just remove that. Oh, there we go. You see that big little piece there? We'll remove that thing. One cut at a time. Good. So from here we look below, under, and we check if it's symmetrical, and as you can see, it's absolutely not. So we need to remove a lot of wood on this side. Those two angles, this one could be more pronounced. Yeah, like so. Then it's straight here, which is kind of the case here. And then from there, we just need to remove a little bit more. But from here, I will leave it like this. I can still remove a little bit, but I don't want to remove too much. So I will need to readjust the club if I do so, and I don't really want to do that. Okay. Good. So now we just need to readjust the wood everywhere so it fits the other part. Like that, and then here, that's a lot of wood to remove. If it doesn't bite, don't push too hard. You don't want to break the piece and cut yourself. Alright, that's straight, that's straight. I cut a little bit too much here. I feel like that move more wood under the hand. Alright. Let's readjust that side. And then remove a bit more. Okay. That's enough wood removal. Good. Alright, so we got the staff, the little belt. So now we'll work on the back, which is fairly easy to do. We just have to do the belt. So it's I don't have really any dimension. You just basically want to continue it. On this side it will be under the club. So let's follow the line on this side. Something like that. So same thing as in the front, little V-cuts. All around. Okay, so we got the belt and the back, and since he has a dress, we don't have to do a butt or anything, but if you can, depending on the grain, you can do a little swipe around. You see, the grain is not really cooperating right there, so I will not do that. Nope, absolutely not. Just basically want to have a little edge at the end here, as you can see. So like the dress is sort of like leaning a little bit back, but only check if you can swipe around like this, if the grain is cooperating or not. Because if the grain doesn't, you can't really do that. So we'll do a V-cut instead. That'll work too. Okay. So it will look like he has a little butt in the end. Okay. Hands. Yep, let's do hands now. Good. So we'll follow that line here with the stop cut. And all the way to the other side. a similar manner. Same thing here. Try to end up at the same height the most you can. So this hand is lower than the other, so we'll be able to arrange that after. So we'll cut towards the sleeve. Alright. I'll just remove the little texture here and then round the shape all around. Do a little angular cut here. Alright. Cuts its side and an angle. You have to kind of get used, and I'm still trying to figure out how to carve hands properly so they look great, and right now they're just big ball of flesh, I guess. And they work. They don't look that great though. That's my next thing to figure out how to do. Okay. So we have a hand. We can do fingers though. So how I do fingers is I don't V-cut. I basically slide in an angle. It's softer for the wood, so I go in once like this, and then I pop it, and then in another time, and I pop, and then a third time, hop, and I pop. Okay, it's really, really small. And then I do just a little step cut that I will not use, just to basically give a line. And we can see fingers, right? Simple as that. Okay, let's adjust the sleeve. Cut in an angle. And same thing here, we'll remove the corner. Maybe even more. And then here, same thing. Alright. Good. Other hand, which is, like I said, lower. So we'll do the sleeve first. Maybe you don't have this problem. But we'll fix that anyway. So I will just remove wood from under, like so, and then check. Yeah, looks good enough, I guess. So we'll remove all the corners and make it round. Now touch this end of the hand. We'll make a little thumb. Of that here. Maybe we'll have to pause the video or slow it down or anything. It's kind of hard to explain the thought process of the hand because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing myself. Good. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Let's pop the corner. Okay, so from here, I'll just do a little cut, like so. And you really have to be aware of your grain, where it's going. When you cut towards it, you basically make a little thumb. Alright. You're not forced to do that if you really don't feel like it. And then for the fingers, same thing. I slowly get in and hop, do a little slice, and then I pop it up. I do another one, and I pop it up, and then the third one, pop it up. It's the safest way I found of doing little finger lines, because I was trying my best to make V-cuts and it's just always break because it's too small. Okay, so we got both hands. Now we will probably put that thumb back in a bit and bring that thing down. See, it looks like I chipped the thumb a little bit. Those things are really fragile. And in the back. Okay. They look pretty symmetrical. Yeah. So what about the chest? Looks good enough. Yeah. Okay. Legs are fine. So if you want, like I've done with this guy, there's little tidbits here just to kind of show that the belt is kind of folded around itself. So it's not really hard to do. You make a 2 stop cut parallel and then 1 perpendicular. And then you just remove the wood around it. To make it pop out of the shape. Just have to do a little back and forth. You could maybe put it even a little bit farther than the hand that I've done, so it's easier for the tip of your blade to get in these little places. Alright. There we go. We got our little tidbits. There's a little part here. Good. Now let's do the cross. You can, if you want, put lines, but it's so small that I will just do it with my knife now. So it's a bunch of stop cuts following the shape. That's why we flattened the chest before. Good, so we got the cross. Pops really well with the cut. And then you will, little by little, remove the wood all around it. Don't have to go deep, just to make sure that we see the cross. And when the shape is done like this, you kind of want to just go around and make sure everything is as flat as you can make it. So it doesn't really look out of place. While taking your time to make sure you don't break that little one. Okay, looks good enough. Good. And I just broke it as I was talking. Alright, we'll do a little modification. See, it's not because you break something that it's not fixable. It might be a bit harder though. Because my knife went under. So I'm basically putting everything back to this broken piece that I've done. There we go. The cross is back. I'll even try to modify the other part so it's symmetrical. Okay. That cross took way longer. But I think it's almost good that I broke it, so you can see that if you have the space, you can just push everything back again. Good. Alright. So from here to make a necklace, I do a little V-cut inside here. Alright. And the same thing on the other side. It's parallel to the face that we have. And then from there I just join with a little V-cut here. And same thing on the other side. Alright. So you can see it makes this little necklace line. Good. All right. So I think it's time for the face now. Yep. Good. So for the face, at I would say 1 centimeter again. Kind of. At 1 centimeter, we'll do a straight line here. Okay. And then from there, you will try your best to do a curved line that will go reach. You see these line crosses here and there from the beginning, right? So you will do a curved line with this shape. Like so. So that's the hood. So to start with, in the middle here, we'll do a V-cut. Okay. And then we will go do another V-cut. And the tip of the knife doesn't need to go farther than the line. Like so. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Good. From there, you can put your little guy on the table, because we do stop cut all around that curved line on both sides. And then a little stop cut at the top. Alright, so from here, depending on how you want to work, depending on the side of your grain, you will basically go along. You can see I'm against the grain here, so I'll go on the other side. You will go along this line and remove the wood, make it deeper. Do a couple of cuts, depending on how deep you can go. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Another one. Alright, like so. We can remove the top. Okay. Moving more wood from the bottom of the face. Great. Alright. Just cleaning the edge a bit. And then I will flatten that part so it's looking like the other side. Looks pretty good. So in the middle, maybe a little bit above, we'll make a stop cut for the nose. Like so. We'll carve under it. Oh, that'll be a big nose. Alright. So we'll not have any eyes for this guy because we will make a stop cut on each side here. Alright. Then with the shape of your knife, you will go in. You can go on either side, it's up to you, the one that you feel comfortable with. I will just go and remove the wood. You might, mostly, chip a little corner here. I do that all the time because of how my blade is shaped. But it's okay because it's easily fixable after. Alright. I think I'll go on this side. This is the trickiest part, to go in with your blade. If you have a curved blade like this, you can basically kind of follow the shape. Alright. Okay, so you see on the corners it looks pretty bad right now, but we can just go in and fix it a little bit. Good. And same thing on the other side. Great. Alright. So let's pop the corner of the nose, as we do around these parts. Okay, and then I will just bring the nose back in a little bit from both sides. Good. And then from the corner of the nose, we'll do V-cuts, like so. This guy doesn't have a beard. Remember that. So the mouth will be different than what I usually do. Let's flatten that part. Good. Okay. So at the little tip here, I do a V-cut, a little one. Okay. Good, so it kind of creates the bottom lip. And then under it, I do another V-cut for the chin. Like so. Right? We got a big underlip. Great. Then the corners will remove a lot of wood. Deepen the jawline on both sides. And then after that I look, see if it's symmetrical. It's not. Remove more on this side. Great. Now it's time to fix all these things inside. Then the face is pretty much done. So we don't have eyes, they're hidden. One thing I like to do is, once again, just to go on the corner and kind of just remove a little bit of wood. Okay. And do a V-cut here. For the hood. Same thing on this side. Okay. And then a V-cut. Great. Face is pretty much done. There's a little bit here. Okay. So the last part really is to do the hoodie, the outside, which is just removing wood. I'll just clean that up here on both sides. Good. Cleaning, removing the pencil line. Always remember where the grain, just test the grain when you do your cuts so you don't just cut half of the head. You don't have to remove a lot of wood when you're cleaning it. Just a thin layer, like so. Okay, and then from here, pop the corners, all of them, at the same height basically. Right. Then it creates more corners, so we basically round the top of the head as much as you can. And then from there you look at the top and see if it's sort of symmetrical, which it is. And then like butter, we go around the corners against the grain. Like so. Alright. And then the top, cutting towards myself, I just wiggle back and forth. Remove that part here. Right, now the oil will really soak in. I'll just pop the corners here on both sides. Okay. And then I would just clean the back. separate. Okay. And the front too, it seems. Okay, so last little cuts to do. Little V cuts under the armpit that I always love to do. Like so. Same thing in the back. Like so. And yeah, we could maybe round that thing here. Let's try again, see if the green cooperates. Doesn't look like it. So we'll clean that up, and sometimes the grain does it. So I was sort of able to do it with this guy. Sometimes it doesn't, which is okay. And we'll just do a couple of big V cuts in the back. So the hood is kind of leaning back at the top a bit, and like so. Adds more texture to the fabric. And then the last part, last part is you take your good old brush and you give it a little go. And here it is. We have our little Saxon Priest. Compared to the other, they're pretty much the same. Alright, so here it is. That's what we've done today together. I oiled it before filming the outro video. Little cross, the club that I'm hiding with my finger, but it's there. I hope you liked it. There was a couple of details I broke the cross while carving. I think it's great just to see, just for you to see that it's not because you break a little thing that your carving is over, especially not this little cross. I could manage to do something with it still. Yeah, it was a longer video because there's a lot more details, and that's what takes the most time. It's not removing the vast majority of the wood that takes the time. It's all the details we add to the carving. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. I hope I was not too fast. Sometimes when I get in the flow of things, that's what happened. And yeah, last bit of detail that I wanted to share is that I opened an Etsy shop. I was selling a couple of carvings before. I sold maybe 20 of them already. But more people were asking me if they could buy my carving, and it's easier for handling, I guess, if I use a really well-known website. So yeah, the link is in the description down below. I have an Etsy shop that I started filling. I think there's 5 or 6 carving here. I sold 1 already, which is pretty great. So yeah, if you want to support me and buy my little carving, I ship worldwide. They're all the same price. You can have a look at it. And yeah, the more I carve, the more I put in there, and the more people buy them, the more I can buy wood and knives and make more videos. So yeah, I wish you a great day wherever you are in the world, and then we will see each other in the next video. Bye bye.